Okay, so first, Yeshi, to your question, we have kept you informed of the ships, the Indian ships which have so far crossed the Strait of Hormuz. We've had 4 ships. They were laden with LPG. They have arrived in India. They safely crossed the Strait of Hormuz few days back. We continue to be in touch with all concerned countries for the safe transit of our ships to meet our energy requirements. As far as there are several questions as to from where we are buying our energy requirements. On that, you are well aware of a broad approach to sourcing our energy needs. It is based on our imperative to secure the needs of our people, 1.4 billion people. 2, what are the dynamics in the market? And 3, what is the global situation all? So these 3 issues or conditions are vital for us to take our decisions in regard to sourcing, and it continues to be the case. As far as specific issues where we are buying our oil from, X country, Y country, on those I think it's better that you take your question to the Ministry of Petroleum, because they'll be in a better position to answer. Siddhant, your question on the tweet that you mentioned. We are all aware of the terrible atrocities that was committed by Pakistan during Operation Searchlight in 1971. The genocide involved systematic and targeted killing of millions of Bangladeshi people, innocent people, and mass sexual violence against women. It also forced millions of Bangladeshi people out of their country. They came to India as refugees. These atrocities, needless to say, it shook the conscience of the world at large. Pakistan, however, remains in denial to this very day of its crimes. We support Bangladesh in its desire for justice. 1971 में जो ऑपरेशन सर्चलाइट पाकिस्तान द्वारा उस समय जो चलाया गया था, उसमें किस प्रकार का वहाँ पर बांग्लादेश में नरसंहार हुआ, उसके बारे में सभी लोग अवगत हैं। इस नरसंहार में एक सुयोजित तरीके से लाखों लोगों की जानें गईं, उनको मारा गया, उनके मौत के घाट से उतारा गया। उसके अलावा औरतों के साथ, और जिनको वहाँ वीरांगना कहा जाता है, उनके खिलाफ़ अलग अलग तरीके के वायलेंस हुए, क्राइम्स हुए। और साथ ही साथ जो कि एक प्रकार का दहशत था उस समय उस देश में, लाखों लोग अपने देश छोड़कर, बांग्लादेशी नागरिक छोड़कर हमारे यहाँ आए शरणार्थी के रूप में। इससे पूरा दुनिया का अंतरात्मा में बहुत एक झकझोर दिया, और अभी तक इन सभी क्राइम्स को लेके, वायलेंस को लेके, नरसंहार को लेके पाकिस्तान एक डिनायल मोड में रहता है। हमारी तरफ से हम बांग्लादेश को सपोर्ट करते हैं कि उनकी जो ये न्याय मांगने की और न्याय मिलने की जो उनकी चाह है, उसके लिए। ईरान के बारे में उमाशंकर, जैसे मैंने बताया कि 4 जहाज़ हमारे वहाँ से आ चुके हैं, और हम कई सारे देशों के साथ, खाड़ी के देशों के साथ बात कर रहे हैं ताकि और भी जो हमारे जहाज़ है वहाँ से वो स्ट्रेट ऑफ हॉर्मुज से पार करके सुरक्षित भारत आए। तो अभी तक तो यही है, इसके आगे मेरे पास विशेष कुछ कहने को नहीं है। ब्रह्मप्रकाश जी, आपका सवाल भी वही था। देखिए, जहाँ तक ऊर्जा सोर्सिंग का सवाल है, हमारा जो हमारा सोच है, हमारा अप्रोच है, उसके बारे में मैंने आपको बताया अभी। तो बाकी विशेष की हमारे तेल कहाँ से आ रहा है, किन किन देशों से आ रहा है, इसके बाद मेरे पास विशेष जानकारी नहीं है। इस विशेष जानकारी के लिए आपको जो पेट्रोलियम मंत्रालय है, तेल मंत्रालय, उनसे उनके पास जाना पड़ेगा. Rishabh, to your question, as you are aware, there was an all-party meeting which was held in Delhi on the ongoing conflict in West Asia. It was, let me underline, this was a closed-door meeting, and therefore I have no comments to make. But as regards Pakistan's long-standing approach to global conflicts and tensions, you may care to listen to criticisms by Defense Minister Khwaja Asif, Member of National Assembly Bilawal Bhutto, and former PM Imran Khan. Yes, our External Affairs Minister is in Paris for G7 Foreign Ministers meeting. He, on the sidelines, he's already had meetings with several foreign ministers, his counterparts, including France, Germany, South Korea, Japan, Brazil. Even as we speak, these engagements continue there because today is also a working day. He spoke at two sessions. One was on global governance, where he talked about the imperative of Security Council reforms, also the question of streamlining peacekeeping operations and strengthening humanitarian supply chains. He also apprised the gathering of India's concerns, of the concerns of Global South countries on food, fuel, and fertilizer. We all see the kind of impact that the war, that the conflict is having on these issues across the world. In the second meeting, he also participated in a session where he focused on connectivity and IMEC. And there again, he talked about the uncertainties arising from the conflicts in West Asia and why it is important that we should have more resilient trade corridors and supply chains. In the context of IMEC, he also talked about the FTAs we've signed with UK and EU, as also with EFTA countries, and how they become important, and in that regard, how important the IMEC corridor itself is. Now, on the question of whether which country, India is an outreach country which was invited by the host to participate in the G7 meeting. It is for the host to decide whom they want to know, whom they want to call for those meetings. I guess there's some reports on that, so I would refer you to look at them. As far as G20 is concerned, this time the United States is the chair of G20, and we look forward to participating in G20 summit, which will happen later this year, involving all G20 countries. Aishi, on several meetings have happened. I'm not aware of this particular meeting, whether it has happened or will be happening soon. But I guess it's still midday in Paris, so some of these meetings could still happen. Kadambani, on your question, see, there are several efforts that we've seen, reports about countries talking about coalition and as to what should be done to strengthen the transit of ships from Straits of Hormuz. In several forums, in several places, there are these initiatives which are being discussed. We are aware of them. We are closely following the matter, as also developments in the West Asia, ongoing conflict in West Asia. And our point of view is that we continue to call for ensuring safe and free navigation through the Strait of Hormuz as a matter of priority. Strait of Hormuz, well, you asked me a technical question. I may be off, but just to let you know that what I understand, that Strait of Hormuz is categorized as international waters, and international law applies there. But there are discussions happening in relevant bodies, including the International Maritime Organization, on some of these matters. Keshav, again, Strait of Hormuz, there's a lot of discussions happening in various platforms and forums as to what can be done to strengthen safety of navigation through Strait of Hormuz. I just told you that we are closely following this matter, as also the ongoing conflict, and our point of view is that we should have safe and free navigation through Strait of Hormuz, so that the problems that we have on energy security, not just for ourselves but for the world at large, can be addressed. Your second question was regarding humanitarian funds. Look, embassies abroad or embassies here in India, they are not prohibited from accepting donations. Now, once those donations have been accepted, I guess the relevant embassy will see as to what it wants to do, how it wants to do to utilize those donations. Yes, we have seen the report that you're talking about. Such comments are not isolated incidents, but are part of Pakistan's systemic victimization of its minorities, including the Shia minority in that country. The shrinking numbers of minorities in Pakistan over several decades reflect the kind of fear, persecution, oppression, and neglect that they have had to endure at the hands of the Pakistani state. I need not elaborate on the abysmal record of Pakistan when it comes to protection of human rights of its minorities, which is also very well documented. नीरज, बांग्लादेश के उच्चायुक्त के बयान के बारे में, देखिए, बांग्लादेश में एक नई सरकार आई है. इस सरकार के शपथ ग्रहण में हमारे स्पीकर साहब, लोकसभा के अध्यक्ष को वहाँ भेजा गया था. हमारे प्रधानमंत्री ने उनके मार्फत हमारे प्रधानमंत्री ने अपनी तरफ से जो उनकी चिट्ठी होती है, बधाई की चिट्ठी होती है, और जो हमारी कल्पना है कि इस रिश्ते को हम कैसे आगे ले जाना चाहते हैं, इसके बारे में चिट्ठी भी उनको दिया था. दोनों तरफ से बातचीत चल रही है, और जो बांग्लादेश के साथ हमारी एक बहुआयामी रिश्ते हैं, उसको हम कायम ही नहीं बल्कि और मजबूत करना चाहते हैं और आगे की दिशा में ले जाना चाहते हैं. Mega, on your question, I have to say that we are closely following all developments in the ongoing conflict in West Asia. That is how I would refer to or answer your question. On the other question was regarding Abu Dhabi. Yes, we had unfortunate death yesterday. Our mission is working to send back the mortal remains at the earliest, hopefully soon. On your evacuation, I think there is no reason for any evacuation, because you have these hundreds of flights every day which are coming from the Gulf to India and from India going to Gulf. So please have a look at the press statement where we give an update on the commercial flights availability and from which stations these flights are coming into India. So there's no question of evacuation. Srinjo, regarding your, again, I would say one thing, that we are closely following all developments in regard to this ongoing conflict in West Asia. Raghavendra, the question regarding imports, we are sourcing fertilizer inputs from various parts of the world, from diverse sources. I'm not sure what is the position as far as a particular country that you mentioned. We had been importing in the past, but whether we are doing it in present or not, I don't have this information. Perhaps the Department of Fertilizer would be in a better position, but just to tell you that we get fertilizer from various parts of the world. Agni, your question regarding the visit of the Foreign Minister of Bangladesh, these are, it will be an important visit, but once these are finalized and we are in a position to, we announce these visits at the appropriate time. So we will surely update you. You will come to know of the visit in good time. जैसा कि हम लोग ने बताया कि हमारे जो जहाज़ है वहाँ 24 थे, 4 आ गए, 20 और हैं वहाँ, और इन जहाज़ का वहाँ से सुरक्षित ढंग से स्ट्रेट ऑफ हॉर्मुज से निकलने के लिए हम वहाँ पर जो देश हैं उन सबसे बात कर रहे हैं। तो यही स्थिति है अभी, केस बाय केस पहले जैसे बताया था उस प्रकार से बातचीत चल रही है। अभिमन्यु, I don't have details about specific countries what we are procuring from A or B country or C country. I've given you our broad approach to energy security, and that is where we are. Kalol, a question to the Prime Minister of Nepal. He was sworn in today. We had a question who attended from our side. The ambassador was invited, so he attended the swearing-in function, which happened this afternoon. Post the swearing-in function, our Prime Minister also conveyed his congratulations to Prime Minister of Nepal, His Excellency Balint Shah. And he conveyed that India very much looks forward to working with him to strengthen India-Nepal ties and to take these very special ties to even greater heights. As far as invitation or when he'll come, these are things that will be worked out in subsequent days and months ahead through diplomatic channels, as is the normal procedure. We have ongoing conversation with BRICS members on the ongoing conflict in West Asia. As you're aware, some of the BRICS members are also involved directly in the conflict. We have a particular way of working. This is the BRICS way of working, which is based on consensus. And for that reason, because we have differing opinion, it has been difficult for us to forge a particular consensus on this particular conflict. Siddhant, we have received requests from several of our neighbors, and we are working on them and presently supplying their needs or whatever energy requirements they have to them, while keeping in mind our own energy requirements, our availability and our refining capacity. ब्रह्म प्रकाश, मैं आपके सवाल के बारे में ज़्यादा नहीं करना चाहता हूँ, लेकिन दुनिया जानती है और हम लोग जानते हैं कि पाकिस्तान का परमाणु शस्त्र जो है किस प्रकार का खतरा पूरी दुनिया के लिए पैदा करता है. With that, let's come to the close. Thank you very much.